Hello, lovelies. This is Chrissy cooking at home. I'm Chrissy. I hope that's not too surprising. Today, well, it is Tuesday. Not exactly life update day, but the one I did on Friday when I usually do life update day kind of got deleted from everywhere. I don't know what happened. So let's redo. It's okay. A little extra info. So what do we do on life update day? Dishes. I don't cook anything. I mean, I am cooking. I got dishes going here. I got bread I'm trying to make for lunch. And I just realized the timer's going to go off in a minute. I had to change Miss Nellie. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing an egg wash here. Egg wash. You're not on my tripod. I'm gonna do the egg wash real quick. Bread. These are just sandwich rolls. We're gonna have meatball subs today. So I need to get some sandwich rolls made. Come here. See, all nice and raised. Odd shapes. I really rushed through it. So had to go tell Miss Nellie she needed a baba after all. So we got our egg wash going. This is not a cooking video, I promise. Oven is preheating. Bread has risen. Forgot to add the water. An egg wash, not an egg glaze. I like to do egg glazes when the temperature's like 375 or hotter. Deep, dark, golden brown. But anyways, so in my life update video, we are going to discuss, I'm going to tell you about my appointment with a cardiologist. Now, I don't know if you can hear me. Everyone is sleeping. You can tell behind me it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was 5, but the morning's getting away from me. Been up since about 3. Doing this, that, and the other. So, cardiology. I saw them Thursday. It is now Tuesday. And I really liked her. She took it seriously, unlike Doogie. She was dumbfounded by my symptoms. She did not blame my medications. She also did not allow me to go back on those medications. We didn't really discuss that part. I go back in 3 months, so I am a conundrum wrapped in an enigma, according to my former chiropractor. I used to see a chiropractor for some severe back pain. When he could not help me with my pain, he sent me to pain management because he took some x-rays and was like, whoa, you need some help. So he sent me to pain management. She did an MRI, and that's been seeing pain management ever since for my back. Anyways, my back and other issues. Anyways, that's what he describes me and a couple of my friends. Because, my tests keep coming back normal. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing structurally wrong with me whatsoever. Now, Doogie kind of pissed me off. I finally look at my blood work that he ordered and urine work that he ordered, and he tested me for diabetes every which way he could. I get that I'm still fat after having weight loss surgery. I am. I'm still fat. I am not skinny mini. I'm like, my weight fluctuates still. I still eat carbs that I shouldn't eat. I bounce from between a size 14 to an 18 depending on how good I am at following what I'm supposed to be doing. So I get that I'm still fat. But I've never had diabetes. I don't show symptoms or signs of diabetes. But man, did he test me every which way he could for diabetes. I don't have diabetes. And the test showed it yet again. I do not have diabetes. I didn't have it when I was 340 pounds. I still don't have it now, 120 pounds less. Just saying. But he did some other tests too, and one of them came back that my iron was low, and something else was low, and that makes me anemic. I forget what it was. I'm anemic. He's had over a week. He had over a week between when he did the blood test and when I looked at the blood test to message in my chart, to call, to have a nurse call, nurse message, something to let me know. And that I needed to go on iron. Did he? You guessed it. No. So, drop the ball again, Doogie. Okay, I moved you back. We're gonna wash some of Nellie's bottles here so I can get them sterilizing. Anyways, back to the cardiologist. Enough of Doogie. I am switching primaries. I'm switching offices. I'm done. I drive 30 minutes anyways to this office because of my previous primary. She moved to this office. I followed her. Now she's retired. I'm done. So the cardiologist didn't feel comfortable diagnosing me with anything, prescribing anything, and I respected that. She was honest about it. And she felt bad that she didn't have answers for me. And I respected that too. A little disappointed, but you know, it is what it is. It's the story of my life, honestly. So she told me she was going to give me advice she's never given before. She was a younger doctor. She was probably around my in her 40s, around my age. But she wasn't like old, wise, sage doctor, but she had some experience under her belt. Thought I heard Nellie. She said, I'm going to tell you to increase your sodium and keep track. You need to increase to 3 grams a day. And then increase your water a little bit and keep track. I said, okay. She goes 2.7 liters. I don't know how much that is. Okay. That's 5.5 bottles. Easy peasy. Between bottles I do drink, plus the coffee, plus anything else on top of it, that easy peasy. So I stopped drinking coffee early and I go straight to water because I found I really don't eat much salt. Never have. Not a big salt person. It is crucial for flavor, for food, in my opinion, but I'm not a big salt seeker. I don't salt my food after. There's very few things I salt, like cottage cheese. I have to salt. There's got to be fresh raw salt on cottage cheese. French fries. Gotta have lots of salt on French fries, but I don't eat them very often, especially since surgery. So I realized, I came home and I started looking up how much is 3 grams of salt. All right, it's around 1,150 milligrams of sodium. For some people are like, oh my God, that's it? I get so much more than that. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I barely get any of that. I get like maybe around between 4 and maybe 500 milligrams of sodium a day. And I drink a lot of fluids between the coffee, which is a diuretic, and the water. which is about between 6 and 8 bottles a day. So more than what she was telling me to drink. So I'm like, crap. What do? I don't like putting salt on my food. Sweetheart, pickle juice. Okay. She also told me to wear compression socks. I don't swell. I don't have varicose veins and I don't swell. But it took me a while. That first day of full-on sodium, yeah, I need compression socks because, man, did I start to swell. My body was like, ooh, what is this crap? I was like, I get it now, compression socks. Ordered some really cute knee-high compression socks. Oh, I hear Miss Nellie. BRB. She's so cute. She was screaming at somebody in her sleep. She's got such a temper, even in her sleep. Anyways, so, okay, knee-high compression socks for the swelling. I still feel it. It increases the nerve pain that I have in my hands and feet. And then I started feeling it in my knees. My knees feel funny. I can see the swelling in my knees, and it's the weirdest, almost like a humming feeling. I don't know if that even describes it right. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. But I'm hoping that I just need time for my body to adjust to having sodium in it, because it's probably, my heart is freaking out all these months due to an imbalance for not having sodium, because I was drinking all that fluid being pregnant. I'm thirsty all the time from my meds, so I'm drinking a ton of fluid. I drink a ton of coffee, which is a diuretic, so I pee a lot. And there's like no sodium in my body to balance it. You need sodium. Sodium is crucial. And then I got to thinking about something else. The salt I do use mostly in my food is kosher. Iodine. Table salt has iodine in it, and we need iodine in our diet. I don't know what other sources, I haven't looked it up yet. I'm going to someday, eventually. What other sources, we get iodine from, but I know like one of our major sources is supposedly table salt. I use that mostly to salt my boiled potatoes and boiling pasta water. Like, I dump a crap ton in there and then I drain that water down the sink. I don't use it. I don't put it back in the pasta that I'm cooking. I just dump it. So now I've put my kosher salt aside, or you've seen my cooking videos, my witch's great poison. I will use it for canning, of course. But I put it aside, and I am trying harder to cook more with table salt, and I trying my darndest to remember to salt my plate of food. Not heavily. I don't think it needs heavily, because I still don't want to eat processed foods, which is where a lot of sodium is in processed foods. Because, I had weight loss surgery. I don't want to be 340 pounds again. Heck, I don't want to be the weight I'm at. I'd like to be down to like 199 would be nice. Maybe someday if I get my act together. Nobody to blame but myself here, so don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming a single soul but myself. So that's that. I thought my blood pressure started doing better. I started staying in the 120s over 80, low 80s. I thought, okay. Then Sunday happened. 99 over 62. I could not get it to come up for most of the flipping day. I said, screw it. go about my day. I will do my cooking, my baking, my usual, just la-di-da-di-da. And then, now I ran out of narcolepsy medication and the pharmacy had to order it. And it was the weekend, which means they didn't get it until yesterday afternoon. I have to take it in the morning or else I won't sleep at night. So I've been napping. I napped Saturday and I napped Sunday. So after I woke up from my nap Sunday, because the minute I sat down after lunch, I sit down to eat lunch, I finish, I put my plate in the sink, I sit down, put my feet up, out. For like 4 or 5 hours. I wake up from my nap, I feel better. Take my blood pressure. It was like 129/89. I'm like a little high. Just needed a nap, I guess. Or all that sodium I shoved down my gullet when it was low is just now kicking in. I don't know. And then yesterday it stayed in like the 110s over 70s. I'm like, I'll take it. It's not dangerously low. It's not crazy high. I haven't taken it yet this morning. I need to. I've been up since 3. But I've been organizing my cookbook binder. I've been working on editing a video for you guys. And that's when I realized I was going to post this life update. And I'm like, where is it? Where'd it go? I'm like, oh, that's okay. I must have deleted it. I'll just pull up my hard copy and re-edit it. It won't take long. And once this canning video is done editing, and I'll post it. Couldn't find it. Hard video's gone. Completely gone. Gone. So I'm like, well, make a new one. It's fine. A little extra. So that's that. I don't know if the sodium thing's gonna work. I'm hoping over time my body will even itself out. I go back in 3 months. See what? I don't know. See what happens. I hope it works. I hope it helps. I hope it's just an imbalance, not having enough sodium in my diet. I mean, it's not the first thing somebody thinks of when they look at somebody my size. They're going to automatically assume that I eat out a lot or I eat a lot of processed foods because I am fat. I'm a big girl. I'm not skinny. And it's not something they think of when they see somebody my size, that I have low blood pressure, that I'm having a hard time, having trouble keeping it high, that it's making me collapse and hit the floor. It's making me pass out. So, oh, that's the other thing. I asked for guidelines on what to do if my blood pressure's low, when to go to the hospital, because I didn't like Doogie's advice that if it's below 100/60, go to the hospital. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for it. I can't go every time it's 100/60 to go to the hospital. I can't. I got an infant, but I also need help with this because I have an infant, and it's scary. So the cardiologist was clear. That's not a good guideline. If it's low and I'm symptomatic, go to the hospital. If it's low and I'm feeling fine, don't go to the hospital. I can do that. Want to see the bread? Want to see my sandwich rolls, hoagie rolls, dinner? They're not dinner rolls. I keep on call them dinner rolls. Yeah, home canned meatballs in tomato sauce, marinara sauce. Let's thump them. Hello. Do they look pretty good? They look pretty good. Hoagie roll, sandwich roll. Piping hot out of the oven. It smells like a bakery in here. So how's the kids doing, you might ask? Well, Nellie is almost 4 months old. Can you believe it? 4 months. She is so amazing. She's so precious. She has got a hot-blooded temper. She is very vocal. I swear she's going to be in full sentences in like the next couple of months. She already talks like you would not believe. She doesn't cry and scream like a normal baby. When she cries, I guess you could say, it is like she's talking. It's like she's yelling at you in words. It's I mean, she's got that mouth going and moving, and she may not be articulating, but she is talking. She's letting you know. It's amazing. We love it. And Logan is hitting puberty, so he's struggling with his diabetes and his Hashimoto's. We saw the diabetes specialist, his endocrinologist, and they've increased his amount of insulin for his pump. His carb ratio, as it's called, and they increased his thyroid pill. So hopefully that'll get both of those controlled better, and it is working better, I think. His sugars have been better, and the thyroid thing takes a while. We got to do a repeat blood work September, middle of September-ish, and we'll do it local, and they'll send it up there. It's about an hour and a half from home. Thought I heard her scream again. I have to go check, because I don't know if she's like yelling for me or yelling in her sleep at somebody. I don't know. But that's it for my life update. As usual, sweetheart is doing awesome. As awesome as he can. I mean, he's pulled his back out, but he has scoliosis, and that happens from time to time. So at the moment, he's laid up, but that'll be back to normal in a day or two. He just needs to rest and not overdo it, but not be sedentary too long. He knows what to do. I mean, 50 years of dealing with it, he knows what to do. And I just, remind him to take ibuprofen, let me put some Aspirin on it, let me put some Biofreeze on it, use the heating pad when you can. That's pretty much it. Life. So, hoping to can some meatballs this week. Maybe I'll have a baking or cooking video for you. I have a couple coming. I have a canning video for you. I have a cooking video coming for you. This video. Yeah, I'll bake something, cook something. I created a recipe for our family that I will be sharing with you hopefully soon. It's really so yummy. So, until next time.